Sometimes when I go inside an elevator, I feel very uplifted, but other times I just feel let down. What's going on, YouTube? For the next 7 days, 16 hours, and 38 minutes, we have the Explorer Celebration event active, giving us a 100% XP boost, a 100% gold gain boost, and increased resources from harvesting nodes minus fishing. So, we're going to give a quick synopsis of what are the best ways to optimize all three of these things: experience, gold, and resources, and to quickly answer some rapid fire questions because these are always asked in Facebook, Reddit, wherever. Your surveys are not going to give you bonus resources, so you can do your surveys now just because you're already going to be out and about. That's totally fine. You're not going to get double resources for them, and the XP will stack with every other XP bonus that you have. So if you get 150% XP scroll, pop that bad boy, you'll be getting XP out the wazoo. Now, don't shoot me, but this is the greatest starting point, and that is doing your daily crafting writs. I like to do them in Alinor. You can actually do them in pretty much any zone that exists in the game. Doing your daily crafting writs will not only give you a bunch of gold, but you're also going to get a bunch of resources. In fact, check back with me here in just a moment. I'm going to show you how much you can get. I want you guys to watch. I'm going to turn all these bad boys in, and I want you to just watch the amount of gold, and I want you to watch the other resources that I'm going to be getting here, because you can see this is some pretty good experience. This will stack with all of your enlightenment. This stacks with the XP scroll that I'm using. This right here is not only a gold method, but it is a great method for experience as well. I mean, the amount of time that it takes to get these items makes this just worth it in the long run. And you're going to see we're going to get items: beetle, scuttle, tempering alloys. Yoink will take that. Take a draw wax, take some glyphs, we'll take all the platings. We'll take that master writ too. These are all good items that we can then use, and we're getting the resources back from doing our shipments as well. So I'm always a fan. Do your daily writs. I know it's like eating vegetables. Eat your broccoli. It's great for you. It'll give you lots of resources. It'll give you tons of experience, and it just gives you gold. And a lot of people want gold, and they don't want to do any sort of guild trader mumbo jumbo. There's no guild trader mumbo jumbo here at all. It's perfect for you. Next up in the video, we're going to give you some quick rapid fire areas that have tons of resources. You can see there's tons of glowing areas all around me here. Where am I? Well, I am in this quadrant of the map inside of Betnik. It's a great area to go to. We're just going to rapid fire these because a lot of times the best farming routes just happen to be whichever one people aren't currently at, whether they're humans or AI powered bots. Next one is Artaeum. There are absolutely no enemy mobs here, and there's no bots because they don't have access to the Somerset DLC, which means you would need the Somerset DLC to come here, but there's no overland mobs. You can farm here very efficiently. The cons are is that there's going to be quite a few other people also farming in this location, so just keep all of that in mind. Next one is another personal favorite of mine, and this is the Hollow City inside of Cold Harbor. It's the #1 alchemy farm in the game. Very specific to alchemy ingredients, though. You're not going to find other types of ingredients, but if you want to make some good tri-stat potions, come to the Hollow City. Some quick cons are is that as I was running around here, I noticed there's quite a few people doing just that because it is the most popular spot to do so. But this event's going to be going on in non-populated times. I'm recording this at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so the population density obviously will ebb and flow depending on the time of day that you would come here. And obviously, too, this is going to be specific to alchemy ingredients, which are generally more profitable on PC, but they're still good on console as well. Next up is Craglorn. If you want to get a chance to get some potent Nern Cruxes, I recommend the location Valley of the Scars Way Shrine. Now, it is going to be a bit overfarmed again because while the bots don't have access to Craglorn, a lot of people are going to come to Craglorn with the sole intentions to slurp up all the resources. So similar to the Hollow City, you're just going to need to keep that in mind. But overall, when it comes to the amount of resources that you can get from here, even if there are tons and tons of people farming it, you can still get a good click of resources regardless. So it's still a great zone for you to consider going to if you do want to farm some easy resources while they're doubled. Next up, another good option for people who may not have access to DLC areas but want to get a lot of action-packed items, we have inside of Rivenspire the Fell Runs area. No bots, not a whole lot of competition, and overall, a pretty good area for some resources. Another really good location that I would consider is Canarthy's Roost. However, you're going to have to compete with these guys. AI generated individuals who will suck up resources like Skynet hunts down children. Canarthy's Roost, however, is still very good because these AI robots are not very smart and they are easily defeated. And that actually gives us a great segue. What are the most effective ways to farm resources, whether it's in the skill tree, with sets, and so on? Let's quickly break that down. And I'm probably not going to shock you by telling you this, but Master Gatherer and Plentiful Harvest are pretty good for resource harvesting. Just make sure you have them on your skill bar. Obviously, too, if you want War Mount or if you want Gifted Rider, those can be helpful too to increase your movement speed. You can also increase your movement speed out of combat over here. And if you're thinking to yourself, Jake, I just keep getting into combat, here's where I made my suggestion the other day about best passages in the game. Stage 4 Vampire, baby. It will save you so much time and effort. You will absolutely love your life because you won't get into conflict because you're going to be constantly sprinting out of combat. Trust me. Some other obvious suggestions are Ring of the Wild Hunt. It's easier to get. You don't have to go out and get some of the goofier sets like Jailbreaker, which require you to farm a dungeon. You can just go out and get Ring of the Wild Hunt. The majority of you probably have this mythic just because it used to be so popular. So just slap this bad boy on. And here are some other quickfire sets that you could use, such as Adept Rider, which would go well with the Ring of the Wild Hunt, and it being constant does make it very helpful. Some of these do require you to kill an enemy or deal damage. Those are obviously not optimal. I also think Coward's Gear is very cheap because you get it in Rewards of the Worthy. People dump it very quickly. That's a good option for you too, but here are the options if you're like, Jake, I just want to go fast. Look at these bad boys. Next, let's talk quickly about experience. Now, I will also be doing an updated experience guide video tomorrow, but I just wanted to highlight some quick rapid fire areas. The most popular is going to be, if you're watching this, you're likely a newer returning player. Alakir Desert Dolmens are absolutely goated. Why is that? Well, because not only do you get a world event completion, which could just be overall very helpful for you, giving you a little extra juice of experience, but you're also killing quite a few mobs. And the beautiful thing about the dolmens is every single dolmen in Alakir Desert not only rotates like this, like clockwork, there's always a way shrine that's very close to it. It's an easy to get to zone. Lots of people farm it every day. If you're interested, just get a ride over to the Alakir Desert, type LFDG in zone chat, and you'll gain access to the Alakir Desert dolmen area. And you can see here, even at max level, I just get 86,000 experience for a single dolmen. That's not too shabby. Some other great areas that you're going to find, as you can see people farming here right now, are Spellscar. Now, Spellscar is a bit tricky because if a few people are doing it already, it can be very difficult to cut in. So consider some of these next few options as well. And guess what requires no other people? You could do it on your own if you have some good set combos. Black Rose Prison. You don't have to worry about other people coming into your area because farming Black Rose Prison on round 2 on repeat by dying to the last shield bearer is the best experience that you can get in the game. All you need to do is have the Murkmire region unlocked, and you can do this with a friend, with a companion, or whatever. It works best in groups of 2 or with you and a companion. It's the best XP per hour in the game currently. I can definitely recommend it. And this will be broken down in further detail in tomorrow's video, so if you're interested in a deep dive of what sets, what combos work best for this, stay tuned for that. Next up is Skyreach Catacombs, which is a great option because it is in a non-DLC area inside of Craglorn. It also doesn't have competition in it because it is a instance area that you can go into either solo, with a friend, or with you and a companion. And another one that is being actively farmed as we walk into the area is the Vile Manse. Now, the Vile Manse is interesting because there's actually tons of Imperials in this zone, which you might think, okay, there's Imperials all over the world. Well, Imperials, when you kill them, they actually drop more gold. You actually can get about 15 to 20,000 gold per hour just by farming this on base gold. which means that it would now be double during double gold drop, meaning you could get 30 to 45,000 gold per hour and also farming experience at the time, meaning it's a great option if you're interested in that. Some other quick fire tips is don't sleep on your daily endeavors. They are also giving experience. Next up is your random normal dungeon. Now, everybody should do this. You can see 202,000 experience is a lot, but what makes it even better is if you have a low level friend who's like, dungeons, that just sounds cringe. I don't want to get wrecked by no big bosses. Well, you're only going to queue into cupcake dungeons if you're low level. And by extension, everybody that's in your group queuing with you will also get easy dungeons. So everybody will be happy to have a low level player. You're actually more valuable than you could know when you're a low level queuing into these dungeons. You also can feel free to do your battlegrounds, which 202,000 experience is a lot, but you may also get wrecked. This also goes for Tales of Tribute. I know a lot of people are not interested in doing battlegrounds, but I wanted to throw it out there because it is tons of experience. Some other final rapid fire tips is you can obviously buy 150% XP scrolls. You can buy them on the market inside of their Ambrosia forms. They will stack with the double XP that is going on. But I also wanted to explain the training trait as well, because a lot of people get confused by the training trait. The training trait gives you experience to XP of things that you kill only. So if you're out questing, you're doing your daily writs, you're going out, doing all sorts of stuff, picking up ham sandwiches, turning them into the guy that lost his ham sandwich, that's not going to stack off of the training trait. A lot of players get really stressed out about having good training gear, and I get it. But if you're planning on farming in specific ways, don't worry about it. Especially because most of the Alakir Desert Dolmens is from the Alakir Desert Dolmens completion. That's not going to give you bonus XP. So don't feel like you need training gear. It will certainly help, especially if you're farming Spellscar, Black Rose Prison, where you're only killing enemies, but you don't need to stress about getting it, even if you are doing those things. But it can be helpful. And if you are using the training gear, and if you're a low level, I would recommend using Twiceborn to get a second Mundus and use the Heartland Conqueror set, which will give you access to double traits on your weapon, and you just slap on training and you get a bonus one as well. There's nothing wrong with using training gear. It's just important to know that it's not essential and you don't have to min-max everything about your life. I'm recording this now at 7 p.m. It's not optimal for me. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. You don't have to worry about min-maxing everything in your life. Just go out there, get the resources, and have fun. But everyone, thank you guys so much again for watching. We have 2 videos in the description below. One is the resource farming guide. The second one is my old XP guide. We'll be doing an updated XP guide, and if you guys have feedback for that, let me know, because I'm going to break it down if you're a solo player who has DLCs versus doesn't have DLCs. If you're a small group, of players who have DLCs versus don't have DLCs. If you're a large group of players, if you have a player who's got tons of time versus limited amounts of time, because in theory, if you've only got an hour to play, what you can do to get tons of XP faster is actually different than you've got 2 to 3 hours, because some things you can only do 1 or 2 times, and then you get significantly less XP for doing so. If you guys have suggestions for that video, let me know. It'll be chapter broken down like the last one was, but I'm always looking for suggestions because you guys give the best suggestions overall when it comes to what videos should I make and how I should format them. So thank you one last time, and as always, we're doing our 3 giveaway drawings. All you need to do to enter is leave a comment. Comments below. Second thing is just be subscribed, and for an additional entry, follow on Twitch and Twitter. And the third thing is look for a hidden word flashed upon the screen. If you're the first person to comment that word, you will win. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll catch you today, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.